right, y'all. So now is the girls recording. Let's go ahead and let's jump into this next damn reaction, shall we? Now, G Grimy, G Grimy, shout outs to you. Red pill content is toxic. And we've had a chance to talking about with red pill streamers, red pill content creators, and all that. We've had these this conversation before. So without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead, let's jump into this next damn reaction, shall we?
I think we've reached a point in time in which the world is moving faster than the cameraman on Maury. Like, I was just celebrating New Year's with my family, and I woke up one morning and now it's September. We gotta be living in an alternate universe or something, bro. But anywhoosies, as a result of the rapidly moving society that we live in, everybody feels the need to have their entire lives figured out by the adolescent ages of like 18 to 25. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I fall victim to staying up to 3 in the morning questioning every decision I've ever made like I'm Socrates or something. And since the internet is full of people looking to take advantage of young and impressionable viewers, some influencers have tried to capitalize off this by producing thousands upon thousands of videos about how to become an alpha male and how to make other men shake in their boots whenever you walk in the room, or how to
tell him I stay on that game for real. Oh, Sonic Adventures 2? Yes, you do.
kill an elephant with just your pinky and some baby oil. And don't get me wrong,
At a time like this, we don't need to be mentioning anything related to baby oil. Now is just not the time to mention baby oil, and especially with this indictment with Diddy. Now's not the time to go ahead and it's too soon. It's way too soon to talk about this.
I'm all for one improving their lives and striving for their goals, but some of the hooey that these dunkleheads spew has to be some of the most misleading and impenetrable nonsense that's ever passed through my ear canals. Seriously, bro, some of the things I've heard would have Patrick Star looking like a Harvard graduate. So today, we'll be discussing some of the most goofy
W shirt. I actually need to get this shirt now. Shout outs to her. I don't know why it is that people hate her so much, but you know what I'm saying? When the people talking about you, know, is he doing something good?
rich and ostentatious self-help content, as well as the detrimental effects that this content can cause to the general public. Comment down below the dumbest thing that you've seen and or heard that revolves around red pill content, and like and subscribe if you're new. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is hustle culture. Now, 9 times out of 10, if you've been a witness to one of these Bano videos, one of the key points that they harp on is that you need to wake up before the rooster cries in order to get a head start on the competition. But then
I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I used to be in a very hustle mindset. I used to be one of those people that was just like, oh, I gotta go get it. I gotta go get it. I gotta go get it. I want you guys to understand that constantly being on go without taking the proper steps to go ahead and first get proper rest, proper food, you know what I mean? A breather just to decompress, even just go ahead and just pray and talk to God. Let's put that as the first and foremost thing. When you don't take those times out to do that and you're constantly in this mindset of like, oh, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, you're gonna burn out. It is the same thing with content creation. When people sit there and say it is like, oh, well, I gotta keep going, I gotta do this and this, you're gonna burn out faster it is before you can even see a level of success. I promise you. You're not taking the time out to take care of your needs. We are not, I know it is a body is a machine, but it's not that much of a machine, gang. You need proper food, you need nutrition, you need water, you need sleep. You know, value that. I value making schedules, routine of a time frame. And if I'm overlapping or if I'm overstressing and stuff like that, I need to figure out what the root problem is so I'm not losing out on the proper things it is that I need for my body. Your body is going to let you know the things it is that it needs. And when things start falling apart or like things start happening and everything like that, pay attention to that. Sometimes you're overstressing yourself. And all my people it is that are part of the Gen Z or 18 and 25 or anything, I'd say anything under 25 because, you know, I'm 32. Anything under 25, please stop overstressing yourself of saying you gotta get all these different things. Social media is the root problem of like, oh, well, this person has it, so I gotta go ahead and get it. At your own time, at your own pacing. God is always gonna have a plan for us. You know what I mean? God always have a plan for us. There's a level of just trusting it. But sometimes it is y'all try to be forcing these things where it's like, who told you that you need these pressures? Nobody is forcing these pressures other than you. At the end of the day, you can be your own worst enemy at times doing this.
these motherfuckers turn right around and tell you that you need to stay up all night working and grinding on your business. So when the hell am I supposed to be getting this so-called sleep? Stay up all night and then somehow still wake up at 3 in the morning? Bro, if you attempt this endeavor, you're gonna wake up with more bags than my local Burlington. They must think I got more stamina than the fucking Energizer Bunny or something, bro. And then they're always talking about how you need to have a certain amount of money to be considered a high-value man, or to get a girlfriend, or to be loved by anyone at all. I don't know why all these red pill rascals think that money can just fix any problem like flex tape or something, but to each their
ain't gonna lie with you, it kind of do. It kind of do. But unfortunately for my men as they're out there, there are some very solid men that um that work really good jobs that are, that are very great. That are very great. And I don't know why these women say this, there's no good men out here. I'm not one of those women, by the way. But on average, when it comes down to a man finally going ahead and getting everything together, gets his own place, his own car, and like, getting actual like income and all that stuff to where he can able to afford things for himself and then provide for a woman because that's what it's supposed to be for. Yo, Bowman, thank you so much for the gifted sub. I appreciate you. For all these things, it's usually middle age. Middle age. I think of any middle aged man at this point that is within their 40s and their 50s. That's when it is that they can finally go ahead and get the car it is that they want. They get like a designer car and all this other shit and whatnot. Like, it's around that time frame, So when I say it is like, don't rush yourself into this, please don't. But there is a level of with men with money, it's a lot looked at differently because you guys are looked at as providers. You guys are supposed to be providers. That's what it is. It is depicted. You guys are supposed to be leading us, the women, and I believe that. I still do believe in that, But you know what I'm saying? Like, don't let that get to your head, please, because some people will be out here and be like, well, I work at this, and this. How am I supposed to get women? Or I still get women this, and this. Hey, listen, I'm not saying it is that you can't. I'm not saying that this is you can't, gang.
Wrong, I guess. Oh, you're depressed and have crippling anxiety? Well, wipe away your tears with $100 bills. Now you're rich with depression and anxiety. Congrats. And I hope I'm not the only person who always sees them regurgitating these asinine quotes like they're the next coming of Aristotle. Don't be afraid to fail. Fail to be afraid. My nigga, if you don't get the hell out of here sounding like a fake ass Yoda, they think they be dropping more bars than a prison inmate, but in reality sound like absolute fart noodles. Not to mention they always got this dramatic Alfred Hitchcock ass lighting in their videos, bro. Plus they always gotta give some fake ass America's Got Talent sob story about how they had to work 37 different jobs when they were in kindergarten to make ends meet, and then that gave them the motivation to start 12 businesses and become a bazillionaire or something. Don't get me wrong, I can respect the hustle and building discipline and good habits, but you don't need to be working 40 different jobs like Larry Niedermeyer to make you feel accomplished. Contrary to popular belief, there's more to life than money. Can we also talk about the titles of these self-improvement videos? Now, I've never been one to try and clickbait people to get views or anything, but I do understand that it's pretty much part of YouTube at this point. But it seems like all these self-help channels recycle the same titles, bro. It's like they're all convening in one big ass group chat sharing ideas amongst each other. The title would be something like 4 secrets to getting more women. Secret number 1, talk to them. Well, bust my bridges. Why didn't I think of that earlier? I've been trying to use telepathy this entire time. Or they be
Oh my goodness gracious, bro. That shouldn't have not been that funny.
thinking that they got some sacred sensei woo ass knowledge or something. And then you got all these jabronis that treat these niggas like some kind of all-knowing god. The amount of people that I was seeing trying to become the next Andrew Tate was formidable. The internet really be having some of y'all brainwashed. Snap out of it, bro. But one of the most mendacious things that these influencers do is try to convince the viewer that they have problems that are non-existent. They pump out all these videos like some type of virtual assembly line to have people critiquing every single part of themselves. They try to convince people that they have problems that they never would thought of even having. For example, let's say you got the closest friend group, right? Y'all relationship is tighter than a pastor's handshake. Then all of a sudden you see a video talking about how your friends are plotting on you and how you need to cut them off, even though your friends have never showed you any signs of deception or disloyalty. Now you're questioning every action they make like a fucking detective. Another thing is when they tell these niggas that they need to reconstruct their entire face and body like Mr. Potato Head. That whole looks maxing trend has to be some of the most dim-witted shit that I've ever seen on the internet, and that's saying something. Now don't get me wrong, I don't appreciate how a lot of these niggas look either, but that doesn't mean that you got to completely reconstruct your face like some Play-Doh. Now you've got a whole generation of kids walking around looking like they just ate 15 warheads talking about their mewing. Now but
I think that's probably why the younger generation looks older. I think that's why. I think that is wholeheartedly the reason why that the younger generation looks so older in the face. And I'm not saying this is to be rude or anything like that. I'm not trying to bully y'all or nothing. This is not bullying YouTube, I promise. But I think this is why, because there's so much of a level of stress. There's so much of stress that is y'all trying to put onto yourselves. To, I've seen teens, both girls and boys, getting up and doing like all these like I mean I've seen a teen girl get ready to go to school and she put on like a 10-step face routine. I am a firm believer in doing a face routine a day and night, but I don't believe in doing that many products. I feel like it's to each his own. No, I don't really have an acne issue. I have dry skin issues. So my biggest thing is using, collagen, hyaluronic acids, niacinamide, stuff like that that's supposed to keep your face hydrated and stuff. But I'm like, baby girl, like you produce collagen, baby. Collagen don't start leaving your body until 25. It's worse for us as women. it starts leaving after 25. We gotta start putting all different types of stuff on our face to maintain that. But stress is going to be the main reason to why it is that everybody start aging in the face. They're aging within body. The first thing it is a telling tell is your hands. Your hands start to age. Hands, neck. That's usually the first part of the bodies that starts aging a lot faster than anything else. But I just recently found out what mewing is because of y'all in the chat. You know, Quest was definitely one of the people that was explaining like this is what mewing is. I was like, I don't know what that is. You know, we had a real stress like how they would drill collagen into our head, and we had that thing, the traditional, right? Exactly. You know, males don't really care if you have lashes done or what makeup it is that you wearing, right? Say mewing is still iffy on that. Like what you said? What's mewing? It's like when you clench your mouth to make your jawline more sharp. That's what mewing is.
When I first heard the term mewing, I thought it had something to do with the damn Pokemon. Come to find out, motherfuckers are sucking in their cheeks to try and give themselves a more chiseled face. But then this hogwash of a trend got taken to the next level when these niggas started playing whack-a-mole on themselves. People were actively hitting themselves in the face, hoping to change their facial structure. Like, my nigga, you're not handsome Squidward, bro. I get that everybody wants to be attractive and whatnot, but obsessing over every part of your face and body is egregious. And what's really concerning is the fact that there are a bunch of preteens and teenagers attempting these deeds. Now, correct me if I'm wrong about this, but being ugly is pretty much part of being a teenager. Like, puberty be throwing niggas through the ringer. Nobody's expecting you to look like fucking Johnny Bravo at 14. Let's just keep it a beam. Most of us were chopped as teenagers, but most of these influencers.
Man, y'all in the chat got the chance to hear my mother, bro. But Lord Jesus, imagine if it is that my mother starts exposing me on my how it is that I look in like high school, like junior high, high school, anything from like 6th grade on until it is you graduate from 12th are very experimental times. They're very humbling times at that because you're trying to find yourself. You're trying to find out what you like, what works for you, what works for your body, your hair, makeup, clothes, drip, all that other stuff. But man, is there some times where you just like, what did I have on? What was I wearing? Why was my hair like this? Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I have a few photos that are like that. And my mom has been always telling me that she can't wait to go and show those photos out to whoever it is that I end up being with, bro. Or my mods, just in case, you know what I'm saying, if they, they get the chance to see her at my graduation.
Make these videos so they can try and sell you some lackluster course for hundreds of dollars a month. Oh, you have a specific issue that only I have the answer to?
Show
well,
us.
you're in luck because there's a link in my description to my course about how to solve said problem. And don't even get me started on these weak ass products that they be trying to sell. Nigga, that shit will probably have your face looking like vomit personified. But speaking of the youth, now we gotta talk about the negative influence that these red and black pill demons have over the youth. Like I mentioned earlier, hustle culture has plagued America like a disease. So much so that you got children out here wanting to drop out of elementary school to chase a bag. My nigga, the only thing your ass need to be chasing is the school bus. Seriously, bro, I've seen videos of kids who look no older than 13 talking about how they own agencies and all these different businesses. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Timothy, but your lemonade stand doesn't count as a business. Not to knock your profession. What happened to kids actually being kids? When I was a kid, the only thing I was worried about was beating Mark Soul on Kirby Superstar Ultra and making it home before the streetlights were on. Now,
I had this conversation with my dad yesterday. The pandemic. The pandemic is the real no, you cannot legally own a business at 13. No. Anything under 18, no. You have to have a guardian in order to or a parent in order to do that. But the reason why it is that this is happening is like why kids are not going outside and playing and stuff like that is because this damn electronics. We are in a very electronic error as of right now. A lot of kids either have their own phones or tablets or iPads and whatnot, and the social cues and like the level of just having human interaction is starting to get lost. And it really got lost during the pandemic where all the schools was shut down and you have virtual classes and everything. They're not being outside with their friends and all that. It was leading up to that before the pandemic, but boy, is it a problem now. Because of us, and I'm sure Katie, you can understand this. Us within like growing up within the 90s, I was a kid that was always outside. I mean, if I got punished and I wasn't going outside or I had to stay indoors and stuff like that, boy, I cried. My parents had to go ahead and, pin me down for me to not go outside. and plus, I always had like people that is around, like, both my mom and my dad that was there to, they had kids as well. So they'd be outside, I'd be outside, I outside riding the bike, being on a scooter, hitting your ankle with the scooter on accident and feeling that level of pain, you know, you know, skating, skateboarding, you know, playing football, being like on like the playground, all that stuff. Us within us as millennials, we was outside. And some people have the nerve to sit there and ask, like, oh, what was it like to not have iPhones? Trust me, we may do. Well, you know, it's not like it is. We was just sitting there and like twiddling our thumbs. No, we was outside, gang. So that, you know, that it's just a different time as of now. Now we're in the level of just electronics, you know, iPads and, you know, kids being on Roblox, kids playing Fortnite and everything. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel there has to be somewhat of a balance between the two. And this is where the parents is going to have to come in. This is where the parents is going to have to come in because, you know, like when you don't have that and they're leaning towards this, they're leaning towards these, you know, devices and social media and stuff like that. By the time it is that they go ahead and be outside and interact with other people, they don't know how to speak. They don't know how to talk. It's like, bruh, Lamau XD, LOL, bruh, skibbity toilet, Riz, like stuff like that. And you're just like, what? What? A TikTok shout? Yeah, that too. It's like, what are you saying?
You got third graders talking about becoming millionaires and escaping the matrix. Between these kindergartner hustlers and this Diddy-fied Lance Stevenson hosting these 20v1s for fetuses, the future is doomed. For this next segment, I want to show y'all a couple of clips that have been brought to my attention.
Bro, I literally don't want to wake up right now. Like, it's just so comfortable. I just don't want to wake up, bro. Since I'm kind of tired, I'm just going to take a cold shower to wake me up, bro. I really don't want to do this, but I have to do it. Bro, I just went in the cold shower for like 20 seconds. I literally feel like
it's still 5:30. This whole time it is who's watching this at 5:30. Like, did the clock stop? It's been 5:30 for more than like 10 seconds, gang. I know for a fact that as you recorded this, dang. Now I gotta go back and ask myself this question of what time it is that I wake up for public school, and I do believe it was 6 a.m. I do believe it was 6 a.m. You know, sit around like that time of like 6. You know, be at the bus stop close to like 7 o'clock. You know, get there at school by like 7:30-ish, 7:45 and stuff like that. Like, you know, like I'd say if anything, I woke up at 6, but it's like, come on. Go on, get ready to school. It's okay. It's all right.
heart attack, bro.
So this squeaker got to the shower for 20 seconds and saw his life flash before his eyes, but still decided to get out the shower and let us know of his circumstances.
Alright, bro, I'm still kind of tired, so to wake me up even more, I'm just gonna hit some chin-ups until failure. 3 reps.
Now, to be fair, I think he misspoke and meant 3 sets because he did more than 3 reps. But this seems a little counterproductive because why would you take a shower and then exercise? Unless you're gonna shower again, you're gonna be walking around smelling like bad decisions. And God forbid you're not going to school because if them niggas get one whiff of you, you're gonna get flamed harder than Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
I figured out what drop shipping is, and this is something it is that is taking over the Gen Z population. Why? Because I have a sibling that is talking about the same thing. Oh, you can make like $10,000 a month. And like, oh yeah, like I'm out here, I'm about to go ahead and like, I'm about to retire at the age of 18. I'm about to retire at the age of 21. I'm about to have the mansion. I'm going to have the Lamborghini and I'm going to have the Gucci watch and everything. Please tell, all it is online marketing. That's what drop shipping is. All that is you're taking a product that was originally on an original website and then remarketing it. That's what drop shipping is. That's what it is. It's online marketing, online sales. That's it. It is nothing special about that. Is it legitimate? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. But each generation has its level of this. I'm sure it is like with us generational, like, you know, millennials, we had the Vector Knives company going business to business, you know, trying to sell knives, trying to sell the Verizon, trying to do pyramid schemes. The people that did the Wake Up Now, oh, well, I can turn 400 into 4,000. It's that. That's all it is. That's really all it is.
Now look, I'm not trying to knock anybody's origin story or anything, but this little nigga's talking about he realized school wasn't for him at a young age. But yet he doesn't look a day over 10 years old in this photo. I feel like that's the age where kids actually enjoy school before it turns into a cesspool of burden and affliction. I could understand someone in high school saying this, or hell, maybe even late middle school, but not this pipsqueak. Homie was having an existential crisis out the womb, bro.
It's currently 3 a.m. and I've been grinding on my agency business all night long, and I literally have school in just 3 hours, but it's all worth it, bro, because in just 2 days, I'm gonna be chilling in Dubai with Andrew Tate driving Bugattis. Just trust me.
See, I told y'all, bro. Andrew.
What? 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 Your parents is gonna let you go off to Dubai with a man that is that they probably don't even know. What?
Andrew Tate has done irreparable damage to this generation. When I was a kid, I was looking up to LeBron, Michael Jackson, my nigga John Witherspoon, but now you got fetuses like him looking up and trying to become the next Andrew Tate before they can even play games rated T. And I know some people are probably gonna be in the comments like, why are you hating on a kid? She's trying to follow his dreams, rada. I'm all for entrepreneurship and trying to make a living for yourself. But a kid who hasn't even gone through puberty should not be worried about becoming a millionaire, living in Dubai, and all this other misconceived baloney.
One thing I can say that I've talked to my dad about this yesterday, because we had a whole conversation about drop shipping. Why? Because I have a sibling that's trying to do the same thing. What I can admire about with the younger generation is it is giving them a level of a structure, a routine almost. Now the routine is a little, my dad doesn't like the routine. If the routine is out of whack, then everything it is that they're doing is out of whack. And I don't blame him for that because it makes sense. But I like the fact that is that one, to getting up. And the biggest thing of part of life, a part of living, regardless to what age it is that you are, is the willingness of wanting to get up. I mean, there's adults that don't even want to do that. They don't want to get up and they don't want to go ahead and make things of themselves. They don't want to go out and see the world. They don't want to go out and see things outside of their, their normal box. You know what I mean? Bro, locking them books before your front teeth go. Okay, bro. So this is why I don't mind the structure of it. I don't mind the level of the structure of like, okay, at least they're getting up and they're doing something. They're getting up and going to school. They're getting up and, at least taking the time out to better themselves in some ways. There's adults that don't even do that. There's adults that like to just stay in bed all day and just freeload and stuff. And it's unrealistic to think it is that you could just be in bed and then think that all these things is going to come to you and stuff. That's the one thing I can say about with the Gen Z. But the problem, the flip side of that is that you guys are just putting too much of pressures on yourselves. And especially anybody that's under 25, I don't know why you're doing this, okay? I don't know why you're doing this. You could be within your 30s, you could be within your 40s, your 50s, and you can have a whole new change of direction within life, a career change, all of that. There's plenty of adults that was working at jobs for years. And then during the pandemic, they realized this isn't for me. This job doesn't care about me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and change my career paths and go ahead and do something new that I didn't think that was going to be possible. Sometimes it is that, it's okay. I don't know who told people you have to have life figured out at the 18 and 25-year-old age, let alone now within this case, younger, within teen ages. Trust me, you don't have as much stresses as what it is that you think that you do at those young ages. Now, I'm not belittling y'all stresses because there are some things like going to school and fitting in and homework and stuff at home. Those are things that stresses within itself. Trying to figure out what works best for you, all that. Those are normal teenage stresses that I can relate to and be like, all right, I get it, I understand. But when you start going ahead and saying like, hey, I gotta go ahead and like do this, and this, and I have 3 hours before it is that I gotta wake up to go to school and everything, it's like, calm down.
Another focal point these boneheads often harp on is that they think all women are trash. They get on these podcasts and pretty much spend the next 2 to 3 hours degrading women as if men don't have a lot of the same problems. And then they've got all these incels amening and yes sirring in the comment section because they can't approach or talk to women. Breaking problems. And then they've got all these incels amening and yes sirring.
Women ruined our society. Women offer nothing. I used to love women, loyal and pure. Now I'm just, no. Do y'all not understand it is you come out from a woman? What? Like, what? I'm confusion. I am confusion. How do you say this and you come from a woman? You were born from a woman, raised by a woman. Huh? I'm confusion.
In the comment section because they can't approach or talk to women. Breaking news, it's not a woman's fault that you're an awkward loser. They try to act like women are the scum of the earth, but yet are constantly bragging about how many women they fuck. It's the craziest love-hate dynamic I've ever seen in life, bro. I've never been able to fathom why women were constantly going on that Fresh and Fit show just to have them shit on their entire existence. They claim to be all tough and brolic.
If y'all watch these two, that lets me know everything it is I need to know about you. He said, what type of breast milk did he drink?
But sound like some of the most insecure people of all time. If it were up to me, I'd label all y'all motherfuckers stupid, regardless of gender. And this may or may not fall underneath the self-improvement umbrella, but that Liver King nigga has to be one of the most unsettling entities I've ever laid my optical organs on. The fact that people actually believe he got this credo build by ingesting more meat than the OnlyFans model is comical. I know that nigga's stomach is on 1 HP, and the fact that he made millions of dollars selling supplements and shit is even more kerfuffling. This Duck Dynasty reject was trying to have people believe that he achieved this physique by walking in forest and eating cow testicles and shit. In conclusion, if one wants to improve any aspect of their life, they should go and actually attempt to do so instead of spending all day watching videos about how to do it. Because there's a lot of people looking to scam and deceive you. And also, you should improve your life for yourself, not to impress or galvanize anybody. And hey, if you are feeling bad about yourself, just remember that you're not EDP. Love you. And to all my guys out there, the amount of money you have or the amount of women that you make love to or the cost of your house or your clothes doesn't determine how much of a man you are. It's about your dignity, wisdom, morals, and taking care of your responsibilities. But
I know that's right. I know that's right. G Grimy, you better go ahead and say that truth.
I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video, man. Comment down below the dumbest thing that you've heard that revolves around red pill content or self-improvement, whatever you want to call it, man. Comment that down below. Join the family. We going crazy. 2024 takeover is in full effect, baby. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you did make it to the end, I don't know. You might have left by now, but thank you for making it to the end of this video, man. Let me know what else y'all want to see from me. Thank y'all for, allowing me to put out these videos, man. So all glory to God. I'm blessed to be in this position, and we gonna keep this thing going, bro. I got a lot more here. We gonna keep this thing pushing. But with all that being said, I hope this video finds you in good spirits. I'm G Grimy. It's been real. I'm out. I love you.
Hey, listen, G Grimy, thank you for that. You ended out on a very positive note, gang. I agree with you. But shout outs to you, G Grimy. Thank you so much for the video. Shout outs to y'all in the chat. It's a W video and subscribe to the channel and join us within the Twitch. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? What Jedi said. And shout outs to you at home. I will catch y'all in the next video.